on January 6, 2026. This one is by Paul Coulter. And similarly to yesterday's solve, I was doing a cross only solve. So I had a piece of paper that covered the right screen. So I couldn't see anything past this line. That's usually where the down clues are. So I'm going to try doing the same thing here. I know that typically Tuesdays have a bit harder words than Monday, but I'm fairly confident I might be able to get some good progress. I might not be able to finish the whole thing, to be honest, but we'll see. So lieutenant, I'm pretty sure this is probably uhu. I remember it was, well, there's two very similar words. One of them is uhuru, which I think is a Pan-African movement, and I think this one is uhura. So there's an a at the end, but very similar. So letter between ro and tau. I I should know this. I do know all the Greek letters, but not the order of them. But I'm guessing this might be sigma. There are not many five-letter Greek letters. There's alpha and delta, but I think those are quite early on, so I think it might be sigma. NHL tiebreakers are OTs, overtimes. Allow to attack is to allow someone else to attack is to maybe let someone at someone else. Typically, you have these kind of two-word phrases. Epic that, and such was the funeral of Hector, tamer of horses. I think that's Iliad. There are not many epics. I think that's just one of them. Prefix with liberal is neo. This is beyond a doubt. Wow, there are a lot of theme answers. I think I'll go to the revealer and see if there's. Oh, this might. Oh, okay, this is the. This itself is the revealer. So these two lines. This is beyond a doubt, or punny hints to these answers. Nickname for Rihanna is Riri. Tummy muscle is abs. Drug used to treat Parkinson's. Don't know that. But I think that this one over here is I lose or I lost. So I'm just gonna leave that here. And I'm gonna have to take a look at these pairs eventually, these pairs of circle letters, to see if there's anything here. To criticize harshly is to pan. Unpleasant smell is odors. Temporary state. Don't know. Bread for a ham sandwich. I think rye. Its products often include wordless assembly instructions. Is IKEA because maybe Lego, because Lego typically is pictures. I don't. IKEA has assembly instructions, but I think it's written in English. One named supermodel is, I think it's Iman. It's not Iman. It's the last name, but I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. GQ or Cosmo is a zine, a magazine, a mag. There it is. Don't know who that is right now. Burton of Star Trek TNG. The only Burton I know related to movies is Tim Burton. But fruity drink is an aid, as in lemonade, limeade. But I haven't actually seen people actually refer to them in real life as aids. But I guess solvers would kind of figure out what it's talking about. Lemonade, limeade, orangeade, those kind of things. Racial justice movement is BLM. XQB Tony something, don't know. Splendid serve is an ace, probably a perfect serve. Apply gently is to rub, to dab on something, like an ointment. Succulents that soothe is aloes. Exams for future docs, MCATs. Okay, these are quite easy words right now. PD alert, police department, APB. Don't know what that is. Don't know what it stands for. I mean, Daredevil's deed is a stunt. I think all those combinations make sense, so I'm happy with that. Painter's plaster is I think gesso. I think that's what it was called. So I think this would be OMG something. That could be like lasso, say so. Actually, a lot of words end in so I can't really say right now. Online chats in brief is IMs or DMs. I think nowadays people are more likely to use D here. So I'm guessing this is an O. Other thing this could be in is an A for Sosa, but that's kind of an uncommon name. Let's see. This is beyond a doubt. I think I might have a look at these ones now. These are kind of the limiting factors now. If I can figure out what these are, the only person to have the opinion. Devil's advocate. No, it doesn't really fit with what I have here. It just happened to fit everything, but actually no, none of these. work out. I'm pretty sure this is right. Let's see what this. I think this would be ultra something. There are not many that would fit that combination of letters I had there. Let's see. Si blank B blank N. Sim Serban? No, I don't know what that would be. It might not be Sigma, but the only person to have the opinion. Don't know. Contrast and thing bound to end in failure is something that's doomed. Thing bound to end in failure. It's like a surefire loss. I'm not just trying to think of multi-word phrases. It's something. It's something idiomatic. Thing bound to end in failure. This one's tough. Is there? Oh, I'm also looking at what this would be here. This is a long clue, and then it might not be dab here. Maybe rub, but that still ends in a B. The thing I'm concerned about is that this is a really weird looking word. Don't know what is EBB ending in. To apply gently. I don't know. Drug used to treat Parkinson's. Man, I don't know that. Temporary state. Okay, this is maybe something that I phase. A phase. It's just a phase of something. Like, when you say, oh, it's just a phase. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So that could be him, ham, hum, hem. It could be a lot of things. Contrast is that could be a lot of things. With 59 across, this is beyond a doubt. That I am sure of. This is beyond a doubt. Or I can't believe it's such a long phrase. And I think this U-turn. It could also be uteri, like plural of uterus. And if that's the case, then what is this? Like this is beyond a doubt. Trust me on something. Heron? What are these things? I don't. Man, these don't really look like real words except for these. Harris something. I think at some point I'm gonna have to call it because I don't think I can actually finish this like on my own. But I'm guessing that given these letters, this would be adagio. Don't know what else it would be other than that. I still don't know what that is. Drug used to treat Parkinson's. But this one, TEM, I'm guessing that's a P. And then this could be an O, an S, I. It could be tempe as well. So that doesn't help me very much. Oh man, all of these are not really helpful actually. See 17 across. So search for water in a way. I'll have to think hard about this one. Search for water. Is this like a Mars rover, like you're probing? I don't know. Analyst XQB Tony. Man, I don't know these ones. There are so many of these long answers that are just so hard to unlock. But let's see if I can figure out, for instance, what this one might be. It might not even be Sigma. I just need to actually run through all of the Greek letters that I know. I'm fairly certain that this one is Iliad. Because Hector does sound like a kind of Greek name. Theta? Well, I don't think it would be theta. I'm just gonna get rid of that for now, but I think I'm fairly certain it's something like that. Sigma, theta. No more 5-letter ones. Lambda is not, no. Gamma? It could be gamma. No, it's not gamma. Gamma is quite early on, I think. I think that's the 3rd letter. Between rho and tau makes me really think like R and T. That should be sigma. I know that's not how the Greek alphabet necessarily works, but I'm fairly certain that at least for a few of them, it does follow the Roman alphabet order. And then this one, maybe this one is I feel like vowel is more common than vowel like an N here. So I'm just gonna leave this as an I. It could also be utero. Sometimes clued as in utero. It's a two-word phrase. It's hard. Um, He something makes me think that it's like he him because what other letter what other consonant can go here? HERI doesn't form anything. This is beyond a doubt. I know that this phrase is gonna have to do something with pairs of things. Is this maybe double? I don't think it's double. I think that's too much of a stretch. The only person to have the opinion. Have the opinion. The opinion of what? Contrast. Thing bound to end in failure. Search for water. In a way, man, this is not really helpful. I now understand why a lot of people do down only solids because you don't run into these really long answers. Um, I don't know. I just chose to do a cross only because it was better. It was easier to fit a piece of paper on the left side of the computer in order for me to be able to do this. But maybe I will try doing that next time. And I'm just not sure what this would be. SI blank B blank N. This is certainly tummy muscles is abs. Let's put an O there. Something. This is what will go here. Nickname for Rihanna, the only person to have an opinion. Yeah, I think I'm stuck. I think I have to call it here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the other half of the clues here. Well, it's a bit of a shame, but maybe next time I'll try it down only. I did have the idea that Tuesdays were going to be a bit harder to go, but um, now I can kind of understand why. There are some very strange constructions that I didn't uh, realize were going to be here. But dentist directions is open. I'm just gonna check to make sure I have all of these. Pronoun pair he him is targets is uteri. Okay, so it was very strange answers that I was looking for. Broke bread is 8. Okay, at this point I'm just gonna go through a few of these. Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten that. Gullet is sort of like your maw, like a maw, like a big gaping mouth is okay. So Amscray is git. I'm guessing that is 2 here. So penalty box in hockey lingo. Man, I would not have known that. Teasdale. I think it's like Sarah or something. A minority voice. A minority voter, maybe. Toy that might walk the dog. Yo-yo. I think that's one of those tricks. DVD. Oh, D&D is an RPG role-playing game. Contrast. I just don't know what that is yet. Phoenix neighbor is tempeh. Thin paper is onion. It's like onion pulp or something, but man, I'll just have to keep looking around. Keats Creations, I think, is odes. Link's numbers, pars. I think this is like a golf thing, but I don't know. Country in which Omar. I think that is polar opposites. Contrast opposition. Forever and a day is eon maybe. Oh, it is IKEA. Man, maybe they maybe because it's an international sort of corporation, they don't want to have like a particular like a specific language in their manuals. So I was thinking it was Lego, but it also makes sense that it's IKEA. So forever and a day is eon. To some extent is any. I mean, I could use it in a sentence like, if there is any way, if there's to some extent a way to do something, maybe. This is a Dorito. It comes to mind an idea. dumb luck, and finally is at last. Henry, I know I've heard of Ibsen, but I probably wouldn't have got it from. Maybe I would have gotten it from these letters. I didn't really think too much about that actually. I don't think it would have actually helped with the rest of my solve, but I would have at least gotten one more thing. That means you. Sure. Um, there's sin bin for a penalty box. I was looking for some other word like simbin, simban, like someone from Simba, if that was a place, but sin bin was, I've never heard of that. The a minority of one. Sure, I'm a minority of one, but I don't think I would have gotten that. This is L-Dopa. I have actually heard of that. Um, but I didn't know that it was used to treat Parkinson's. But maybe I should have thought a bit more about that. Contrast is, well, the inflation tire inflation measure is uh, pressure PSI. Bottom line is a hem. In short supply as energy. I feel like one of these is not right. Is it ABP? Some one of these is not right. For real, okay. For real is no cap, and I've seen that recently. I think it was actually 2 days ago. Thing bound to end in failure. Something situation. Search for water in a way. Burton of LeVar Burton. I've heard of that vaguely. Consider is consider. View as something. There's no two ways about it. Oh, there's no, like two ways. So this is no, two ways about it. So if you had two of these words, two no's around it somewhere. That's kind of cool. I do think though that like having these sort of shun at the end, kind of, I don't know. It's not ideal, but I can understand like how hard it is to find um, some very satisfying themers for such a restrictive clue prompt. Um, see something opposition, contrast, set in opposition. There is in short supply at a low ebb. Okay, so it was actually EBB, but it was actually a pretty strange uh, phrase. And what is this? Sinews, no no win situation. It wasn't Omar. I keep mixing up Oman and Omar, but Omar is just a name. Douse. Search for water is to douse. Sure. Dada. It's an art movement. And this is not so. Is this Robo? Because what else is this? Drops. No. Yeah, this is Gesso for sure. What other thing would be here? Um, I feel like this is like staring me right in the face. There are two ways about. Yeah, there are two ways about it. MCATs. I don't want to just end up mashing the keyboard, but what would this be? O hits. I swear it would be obits. It's Gesso. OMG. Truce. Iotas. Yeah, minute amounts. Ceasefire. No, it's not L. What is this? No win situation. O hits? What? I can't believe this is happening. Well, okay, what is it? Oh, of course. I don't know why that didn't occur to me earlier. Omits. Yeah. It was just a real word. Man, okay, I think maybe I just been a bit flustered at the end there, just like seeing the time. I feel like as I'm sort of like talking about this, I shouldn't be worrying too much about the time because I kind of realized I'm not able to solve as quickly as if I'm just speed running it normally. So I shouldn't worry about it too much. And I guess it was helpful to realize that sometimes it's not really possible to do a cross only. So maybe next time I'll stick to a sort of down only and see if next week that would be more successful. But yeah, there it is. Omits. That was kind of a bad miss. I shouldn't have spent so much time on that. Um, I actually, well, now I want to take a look at some of the clues maybe that I didn't get to look at because um, I don't know. Usually I don't really look back at the clues, but I think it's a good time to sort of look at what else there might have been. Ghosts, playwright Henrik. So this was a name that I'd seen because, like when you're creating crosswords, you get a big word list. And when I've made a few puzzles, I've seen Henrik Ibsen come up a bit. And I've always assumed that Ibsen was sort of like an irrelevant sort of relic from the past crosswords, maybe like around 10, 20 years ago. But clearly, Ibsen is still well known enough to be mentioned. At least at least with these crossings, it does seem like it's kind of hard to choose any other word. You have an I blank S blank blank. There aren't too many words that follow that pattern. Adolfo is a Cuban-born designer who fashioned Nancy Reagan's red outfits. I didn't even know that Nancy Reagan had red outfits, but um, I think given all the other crossings, I think this was more than fair of a answer to put here. But definitely, if you're just trying to guess what these letters are, I don't think I would have actually been able to guess that. I only was thinking of maybe adagio fitting here. Yeah. At least you know, I learned a few things. Um, more so learning about my capabilities. Well, limitations to my capabilities with solving these. Maybe next time I'll actually just try doing a straight solve and just trying to um, just in general get better at sort of talking and solving. Because I do find myself I'm still missing quite a few things. Like uh, this was a pretty big miss here, and it would just be nice to sort of practice getting used to talking and also just sort of thinking in the meantime because it's definitely not something I'm used to. But yeah, there it is. It's a good puzzle. I enjoyed it.